and all, welcome to Seen Through Glass, and welcome to a beautiful bridge somewhere in the middle of France. I've had to get back in the car because whilst that bridge might be beautiful, it's freezing out there. In fact, let me check and tell you exactly what degrees it is. -6. What has happened to France? It is -6. Anyway, welcome back to Seen Through Glass. You joined me on my pilgrimage down to Barcelona for Formula 1 testing. I left Paris at around 5 a.m. this morning. My trip computer is telling me that I've been driving for 5 hours, done about 550 kilometers, averaging 32 mpg with an average speed of 115 kilometers an hour. As I say, I have no idea where I am right now. It's somewhere in France. I've got another 5 hours or so ahead of me. I need to get some lunch, I need to get some snacks. I need to crack on. I've done some research into exactly where I am. You can see on my very lovely Google Maps, I'm basically bang in the middle of the south of France. I'm a little bit above Montpellier and I've got to go all the way down and across into Barcelona. It's not really stressing me out that much because I cannot tell you how good the Porsche is at this kind of thing. I know, I want to take it onto some tight and twisty roads, and that's where the videos might get a little bit more dynamic and exciting, but with all this cruising, it's so comfy and so economical. Anyway, French service station life. Got my roll, got my Wi-Fi, smashed a sausage and lentils, then I'll head back out to the car. Now, something I wanted to update you all on is the exhaust for this Cayman. Hopefully, some of you have been enjoying the Behind the Glass podcast. If you haven't discovered it yet, it is my new podcast chat show type thing. It's got its own channel, youtube.com/Behind the Glass. I'll put a link below and a click-through link somewhere on screen. And essentially, each week, me and usually Tony from Gravelwood Car Sales, but other guests, just talk all things cars, really. It's car news, cars we would buy, cars we've owned. We waste 35 minutes of your day talking about the car world and the car social media world. A lot of the behind the scenes bits and bobs that are going on, stories from press trips, loads of different stuff going on. You can also just listen to it. You don't have to watch us. So you can go over and subscribe to the YouTube channel, but if you want to do audio only, it's on soundcloud.com/Seen Through Glass, or if you go onto iTunes podcast, you can search Seen Through Glass as well. So yeah, go and check that out, because a few weeks ago, I mentioned the fact that a big part of this trip, going down to Barcelona for F1 testing, was because I was going to have a new exhaust fitted to the Cayman. So I was like, it'll be brilliant. I'm about to really get used to a new exhaust. However, as you may have noticed, there is no new exhaust. I am still running the stock system, and that is because the car went into GAD Tech, GAD Tuning. You may have come across some of my old videos. They did the exhaust for my Jaguar F-Type, the Quicksilver exhaust Jaguar F-Type was done through GAD. They featured a lot in Paul Wallace and Supercars of London, RG Hamilton, a number of different YouTubers, and they got their hands on the car, and their plan was to make a custom one-of-one system. That was what was worked on. We've been going back and forth on a few different things, dropped the car with them 10 days or so ago, and they started work on the system with what they believed would be a really solid setup. However, as things progressed, they weren't happy with what the results were, basically. They started up, they did some sound checks, and they were like, not really sure that is that great or that different. Now, with any of these things, when you're doing a bespoke system, it's a certain amount of experimentation, and unfortunately, we ran out of time because I had to leave on Thursday, and we just ran out of time. So, I'm not quite sure what the next steps are. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen next, because I've been looking at this for a long time, and I know it's like a big sticking point about, the sound of this car. But I'm intrigued because on Wednesday, so tomorrow I do F1 testing with Aston Martin Red Bull Racing. Hello, more on that tomorrow. But the day after that, which will be Wednesday, is when I'm going to take this car to hopefully some epic mountain roads, which are going to start to push it, and I think that's when it will either become super evident that no matter what I need to fit an exhaust, or that I'll just be like, oh, well, no, just leave it now. Been rocking it for 5 months with the stock system and it's pretty good. But yeah, anyway, that's the update. I wanted to let you know because I know a few of you have been asking. Those of you who have been watching the podcast, thank you very much, by the way. I know you've been like, well, where's the exhaust? You said you were getting an exhaust. You're a liar! Well, I'm not a liar, just things didn't quite go to plan. Anyway, for now, whilst the stock exhaust rumbles away in the background, going to continue on to Barcelona, which is where I'm going to pick up my passes for testing tomorrow, and then actually move on to my hotel, which is outside of Barcelona, because at the minute there's like the World Mobile Phone Conference something, and hotel rooms in Barcelona are crazy pricey. I arrive in Spain. That is an incredibly racist accent that is not at all Spanish. Sorry about that. I think maybe the long journey slightly got to my head. Driving time, 8 hours and 3 minutes. Distance covered, 911 kilometers. Fuel consumption, average of 33 mpg. I have an hour and a half to go to Barcelona. I'm slightly losing the plot, but I'm very nearly there. I've just been cruising, taking in the views. I'd never been that way down through France. Usually when I'm driving down through France, it's towards Monaco, and I'm a little bit further east. This was west, and it was a stunning road. Now I'm here, coming over the mountains into Spain. The clouds have started to come over a bit, and looking at some of the F1 testing news when I put over for some fuel, it looks like there is some rain around the sort of Barcelona area. So the best of the weather is behind us. However, it's now 11 degrees, not minus 6 or 7, so that's a bonus. And as I say, really not far to go now before I get my pass from Barcelona and then head to my hotel. Passes, Formula One passes. Got done. Should we have a look at them? Can I do like an unboxing? I always watch the tech people do unboxings. How cool do these look? Oh, look at that. Hello, corporate lounge. Admit one test day. Formula One 2018. This is so freaking cool. So as I say, huge thanks to Aston Martin Red Bull Racing for hooking this up. It's going to be amazing. I mean, every year since I've started YouTube, I've been fortunate enough to get more and more involved with Formula One, which was my dream growing up. So to be coming down to pre-season testing is just, oh! Anyway, I've got an hour now back to my hotel. Let's skip right there. Over 10 and a half hours of driving, 1,100 kilometers, I've made it to my hotel and I am dead. Another epic day on the road with the Porsche. And now I'm here, I can get excited about testing, not that I wasn't already, but also get excited about Wednesday when I'll be able to take the Porsche to some twisty roads, because as amazing as it was today, I had to get a bit frustrated only giving it some beans when I was arriving or leaving at a petrol station. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this another road trip update video. Give it a thumbs up if you have, and make sure you go over and check out the podcast channel, youtube.com/behindtheglass, and also subscribe to this channel, youtube.com/seeingthroughglass. I'll catch up with you very, very soon.